A very hi to all my Celtic FC ardent supporters and fans. There are many times that when we know very good things about football, and there are many hidden magicians who played football in their own different way, and they had the capacity to hypnotize the other teams, no matter what and how they played. What does matter is that they played a winning game. They had all the possible magic which they could with their bare feet and ultimately the football. Among many legends which we have come across in these many years, an Indian origin footballer whose name was Mohammed Salim, who was the first player from India to play for an European club, Celtic FC. As I have researched and I've gone through all these basic details of his, which I am very proud to share with all of you people, and especially the Celtic fans, that Salim was best known for his role in the fabled 1930s Mohammedan FC team, which claimed five successive Calcutta Football League titles during the British Raj. Salim rejoined the Mohammedan Sporting Club in 1934 and was finally part of their first team setup. And he was very instrumental in helping that club to five league titles in a straight row, which showed that he was an unbeatable legend. After the title win of 1936, Salim was invited to play in two exhibition matches against the Chinese Olympic side. The first would be an All India 11 and the second would be a select civil and military side. He was very praised by all the Chinese officials. But before the second match took place, Salim had disappeared into nowhere. The police were solicited to search for him, and advertisements were inserted in newspapers requesting that he should join the civil and military 11 immediately. These efforts were in vain as Salim was en route to Britain via Cairo, as one of his relatives called Hashim, who lived in England, was visiting Calcutta and witnessed this legend playing his first match. And when he saw Salim's exceptional display and the magic that he created in the ground with his feet and his bare feet, of course, and his football, he was dumbstruck. And Hashim had persuaded him to try his hand at the European football. After a few days in London, Hashim took him to Celtic Park in Glasgow, Scotland. Salim was then surprised to note that all the Celtic players were professionals, but he was confident that he could compete with them. The glitz and glamour which he saw over there was mind-boggling. But every magician is very damn sure about his magic. Similarly, Salim was. Hashim spoke to Willie Mali, the Celtic manager, and he's as it has been quoted saying, a great player from India had come by ship. Will you please take a trial of his? But there is a slight problem. Salim plays in bare feet. And I think his bare feet playing was his magic in his own way. Today we cannot even think of playing bare feet, and that time the footballs were also way different, which we tackle with it now. Now the point was the idea of barefooted amateur from India competing against Scottish professionals was difficult for Mallet to believe, but then he agreed to give him a try. Mallet thought, why not give him a try? Salim was asked to demonstrate his skill before 1,000 club members and three registered coaches. There was no show off, Nothing, only simple football. But then the magic stays over there, and Salim's ability, even in bare feet, astonished them. They were spellbound. They decided to play him in two upcoming alliance matches. As both of these games were friendlies, he is not recorded to have played. Now, after all this magic, Salim made his debut in a 5-1 victory against Hamilton SCs, where he took a penalty and scored a great shot. He thus became the first player from the Indian subcontinent to play for a European club. And it has been also noted that he had, being a magician, he had the capacity to say kind of hypnotize the other team. They could do nothing but watch him play barefoot with the football, and the football used to dance on his tunes, as if he's holding the thread of that football and making it dance to his tunes, like the Pied Piper of Hamelin. On 28th August 1936, he helped Celtic win 7-1 against Galston. The Scottish Daily Express carried the headline, Indian Juggler, New Style. Definitely what he was, along with a magical description of Salim, which said, 10 twinkling toes of Salim, Celtics FC player from India, hypnotized the crowd at Parkhead last night in an alliance game with Galston. He balances the ball on his big toe, lets it run down the scale to his little toe, twirls it, hops on one foot around the defender, then flicks the ball to the center, who has only to send it into goal, which is the only destination that a footballer can think of. Three of Celtic's 7 goals last night came from his moves. Was asked to take a penalty. He refused. Said he was shy. Salim does not speak English. His brother translates for him. Brother Hashim thinks Salim is wonderful, so did the crowd last night. All this makes me wonder sometimes. From where did this legend came up? What was the reasons behind this magic and what not? The following is an excerpt from the Glasgow Observer, which says Abdul Salim, Celtic's Indian international trialist, tickled the crowd at Celtic Park on Friday with his magnificent ball manipulation. In his bare feet, he was a conspicuous figure, but there was further emphasized by his dark skin against the white and green of the Celtic strip. His play was top class. Every ball he touched went exactly to the place he wanted it to. That's what I said before. He could make the ball dance on his tunes. Not 1 inch was it out. He crosses into the goal, were simply shrieking to be nodded into the net. I wouldn't like to have calculated the score had McGrory been playing. Danny Dawson missed a penalty kick, which Salim, despite the invitation of Alex Miller, refused to take. Alan Breck's Book of Scottish Football also recorded that Salim playing for Celtic. Celtic introduced a novel touch when in an alliance game against Galston they fielded Abdul Salim, an Indian. Salim played without boots, his feet being tightly bandaged, as the pictures show. I don't know from where does he get that immense strength and what not. The more I think about it, the more I get dug into it. Mohammed Hashim, to give him his right name, proved an expert in trapping and lobbing the ball towards goal. He fairly hypnotized the opposing defenders, and 7 goals were actually the outcome of his moves. Foreign footballers are by no means rare, but all have played in the regulation boots. Salim preferred to stick to his native way, and what is more, he saw the boots off the other fellows. His accuracy in shooting and ball control greatly tickled the crowd. Salim soon became homesick and was determined to return to India. Celtic pleaded with him to remain in Scotland for a season, even offering to organize a charity match on his behalf and promising him 5% of the total gate proceeds. What a man he was, I must say. What a love for his soil, for his country, that he gave up all the glitz and glamour just to come back to his country. Hats off to him. Salim refused and asked that the money, a large amount of money at that time, I must say, he donated to local orphans who were also to be invited to the match. Salim was also offered a professional contract to play in Germany, and in the end, he traveled back to India to rejoin Mohammed's Sporting Club in time for the beginning of the 1937 Calcutta Football League. This also shows not only he was a magician with his football, but he also had a great heart and a pious soul that he thought of offering the whole money to be donated to the local orphans. When Salim fell ill due to old age, his second son, Rashid Ahmad, wrote a letter to Celtic about his illness and stated that he needed money for his treatment. I had no intention of asking for money. It was just a ploy to find out if Mohammed Salim was still alive in their memory. This has been quoted saying by Rashid Ahmad. To my amazement, I received a letter from the club. Inside was a bank draft for a certain sum of money. I was delighted not because I received the money, but because my father still holds a pride of place in Celtic. That's what actually matters. We all know that we have to go one day, but what we are right now in the present does matter. I have not even cashed the draft and will preserve it till I die. I just want my father's name to be put as the first Indian footballer to play abroad. And not, I think not just playing football, not just Indian footballer, the first Indian footballer to be played, but we must say the magic behind this footballer. And that too, bare feet. That's what makes the difference. That's what makes the difference about this magician. That is the only thing that I want and nothing else. His son has been quoted saying this. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to like and share with your Celtic friends. Share your opinion, comment section below. Subscribe to our channel and more for Celtic FC related videos. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.